Hiya, how you doing? Right, it's what day is it? Thursday. It's Thursday. It's blooming freezing in the shop. We've got men in changing the back door, and I'm warm, but my hands are cold. So and it's not any warmer in Sarah's room either. So it's a little bit chilly today. Um, we're gonna make a bag today. I don't know that I would use it as a bag, actually. I would probably just use it to store things in. Okay, so this is the bag that we're going to make. I've got bits on the back, and I think probably if I make it again, I would chop it further off so that this is flat. It gives a nice flat bottom. 3 overhead, so you get a nice flat bottom from it. So I think then I would use it as a pouch. As a bag it would be all right. I mean, I suppose you could put snaps in there or something. It's just a little bag. It's just another way of making a bag, and I made a little one. Admittedly, going round there, I had to do it by hand because it's too small for me to get on the machine. So it's a bit like Teddy's neck. I tend to do by hand because it's too small to go on my machine without fiddling. So look, little one. They're done using our hexie, half hexie. It's a 10.5-inch hexagon. If you wanted to make the bag and make it bigger, you would just increase on all the sides and draw your own out. Okay, and then the little one is the 5-inch from there. So so we're going to do that now. When I talked about doing it, apparently we were going to make it out of, we've got double-sided denim in the shop. And it's blue denim, a dark blue denim, almost that colour denim. But on the reverse, it's got a colour going through it, and we've got a teal and a purple and a pink and an orange, I think. And I was supposed to make it out of that, and I didn't. I used my scraps. So so please do go on the website and have a look at this denim because it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So, right, who's there? Who am I speaking to? So, hiya Jean, hiya Kate. Yeah, it is cold, isn't it, Kate? And I think it was trying to hail when I was coming out. Hiya Carolyn, how are you doing? Linda and Anne. Anne, I haven't seen you in, at least 24 hours. Hiya Leslie and Eileen. Lovely. Right, before we start making that, if I can remember, I just wanted to show you these. These have come into the shop recently. Okay, so we've got Serena Shores. So there is fabric with this one as well. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's got thatched in there, and it's by Robin Pickens. It's got thatched in there, and it's just the most glorious colours. Look at that. Just beautiful. So we've got that one in, so it's all got seashells and things on. This is a new kiddie one in. It's got ABCs and everything, and it's pretty neutral. It's got all of the colours in there. I'd probably just do it for a girl, but it's pretty neutral. We've got a lot of kids stuff in at the moment with farms. Oh, I didn't pick that one up. There's a new farm one in. We've got 3 different farm ones. So, yeah, that one's pretty. This is Daisy Lane by Kansas Troubles Quilters. Kansas Troubles Quilters. Whoa, that's a mouthful, isn't it? In your browns and your blues and your the normal colours for Kansas Troubles, they go really well together, and they're I like some of them individually. So we've got that. I don't know whether we've got that coming in on the bolt. I don't think so. I think it's just the pre-cuts. All of these are in all of the pre-cuts. Now this one I am going to have a bit of. It's got birds on it. Now my dad used to draw birds for my mum, and they looked very much like this. So I'm going to take a piece of this as a nostalgia thing. So you've got the birds on there, and then it's strawberries and anemones and dragonflies, spots and stripes, and leaves. It's just a lovely gentle one. Okay, so those are the 4 new ones, plus Farmstead I think it's called, in the shop. So but we're not using any of those today. Right, okay, where are we? We're going to make this. Okay, so these are hexagons. It's made out of 3 hexagons on the outside and 3 hexagons on the inside. Now, like I say, I raided my stash and I found this. Okay, now this was Catitude. Now, I loved this. I loved the Alice in Wonderland-ness of it. Hiya, Nikki. Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? And Carol and Jean, you're all in. Marilyn and Lynn and Patty. Hiya, Patty. I hope the weather's better with you at the moment. And you're warming up from -5 oof, to 13. Oof. At least we're not doing that. Hi, Leslie. How are you? Right. Okay, so I've cut 1 hexagon out of this, which is going to be my bottom. And then I cut 1 out of the cats. Now, like I say, I'm just going to use it as a pouch, I think, this one. I'm not even going to put, even though I put them in, I'm not going to put these in. But I'll show you where you would put them as we go, if I remember. So we got that, and I thought I would show you how I would fussy cut it out. Now we need this cat to sit in the middle of the hexie. However, I forgot that it goes, it's gonna go, it's gonna go like that, so I'm gonna lose him. So I need to put him further down, don't I, in order to make him sit where I want him, really. So we're gonna look at this, and we're gonna put him further down. So I want him, normally I would put him right in the middle like that, but I'm going to put him further in. So we're going to do that there, and I might not chop his head off then. So we are going to find a rotary cutter. She needs a little pouch with a rotary cutter in, doesn't she? Not there. Just talk amongst yourselves while I look. Aha! I found it. Okay, so we're going to use the round one because I don't want to move it when I cut it. Okay, so we're going to put him there. I'm going to end up with a cat's bum in it, aren't I? Never mind. So we just want to do up there, along there, and down there, like that. Make sure that's loose. Yep. And then you're going to, I'm going to mark the where these little points are. I don't know whether you can see them on the ruler. You've got ones where you should be able to get pins through, or pen, but don't think, so it's about there. And let's level this back up to there, like that, and it's there. So what I want to do is flip it and then line up those lines, those spots again. So because this, you've got a 1/4 inch, you need to, because I'm cutting it out as a whole, I don't need that 1/4 inch as my seam allowance, because I'm using it as a whole. So I'm going to go in there like that. That was really badly done. I put it on this so that I wouldn't have to do it like this. Right. So hopefully, there we go. So we now have 3 outside pieces. Okay. And I have 3 pieces of wadding as well. Hiya Claire, how are you? And Natalie. Yes, I loved this fabric. I mean, it is about 3 years old now, and really, as was pointed out, I should be using new stuff so that you buy the new stuff, not want to get hold of the old stuff. But yeah. So I'm just put a little bit of glue on my hexie so that I could put that on, and we're going to repeat with all of them. Okay, so we've got the blokes from the council in changing our doors, back doors, for something a little bit more secure than they were. So hopefully they won't be long and we can get the place warm, because I've got to sit this afternoon. We've been moving around this morning, but this afternoon I'm going to have to sit and put all these charm packs and stuff onto the website for you. So I had to do a what's in the box on my own this morning, so I'm sorry you missed that. Right, we're making, Sarah said, well, what are you going to call it? And I went, Bob. So it has become the Bob bag. But I think we'll look at cutting a bit extra off and making it into a pouch, you know, a thing to go on your, thing for you to drop stuff in. You know, it's one of those. Right, so this is my middle piece. I'm going to sew the 3 of them together. I'm using 1/4 inch because that's what I do, or edge of foot. You're going to sew them together like that. Okay. So we're going to go over to the machine and do that. Yeah, but what is -5 in centigrade? -5 Fahrenheit in centigrade. What does that equate to? All right, number 4. Is that right? Okay, so one thing I forgot to tell you: you need to start 1/4 inch in and finish 1/4 inch from the end. I think it's hailing. I can hear hail hitting the window. Right, so So I've stopped about 1/4 of an inch from the end, and I've lock stitched the back, the beginning and the end. Okay, so I want that in the middle. Oh, I've put him on upside down. He's on upside down now. Oh well, we've got an upside down cat. I should have put him bottom to bottom. No, you haven't. I put him head to bottom. Right, okay. This is punishment for not using the right material in the first place. And we just lock it off a little bit. Okay, so, where am I going? 3. Oh, and I haven't even done that one right. So when they're put together now, I don't know where he's going to end up. And he might end up back to front. It's all very well fussy cutting these things, but if you don't think about it when you put them together, it's a waste of time, isn't it? So if you use that denim that we were talking about in the first place, then that would be fine, because it wouldn't matter which way you sewed it round if you used a completely random one. Right, okay, what are we doing? This is my inside, and I have already cut some off the top. So I have cut because I can't remember, I did cut 2.5 off this one. I cut 2.5 off that one. So if we cut 3, so if we cut 3, what have I done there? That one and that one, like that, and that, yeah. So yeah, I've cut 1.5 off. So if I cut another 1.5 off this, which way around am I going? What did you do with the there it is. So if I cut another 1.5 off this, we're experimenting now, like that. Okay, that means that there's a bigger mouth in the bag. Okay, so we're now going to cut 3 off this. I can't believe that I didn't even put it on right that time either. It's just, this is why I wouldn't do dressmaking for somebody else, because I just cutting off a whole cat, but with yeah, cut off his bottom as well. At least we've got a whole cat. At some point he might actually work out better there. He might be on the front of something. Right, okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take our bits, our thingy, and we're going to put these 2 short edges, they're even shorter than before. We're going to put these 2 short edges together, and I'm going to sew those, leaving 1/4 of an inch on either end. Okay, so we're just going to sew those together first. Right, 13F is -10. -10? Where are we going? Is the storm moving across from you and up Britain? It's cold but bright here at the moment. Storm forecast for tomorrow. Yeah, it was forecast for tomorrow with us as well. So yeah, I'm just one side. I think it's going to be a bit lopsided, this one. Right, and then we're going to put... If you're like me and you don't know what your 1/4 inch looks like, mark it. Nobody's going to know that you marked it, so it doesn't matter, does it? You know, it's not like you're failing by marking the 1/4 inch. Just don't be lazy like me. Right, so we now have those done. We want the bag to sit like that. Okay. So we now need to sew these edges together. All right. Like this. She says. I'm sure I'm right. We'll find out now. So I'm going to sew these 4 edges down together. Yes, because when they're done, that'll come up. Yes, that's right. Okay. If not, we'll have created something completely different. Right. Okay. So that there, we're going to do those 4 thingies. Number 4. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect, Claire. Yeah, you should. It's really difficult for me. I mean, I was never good at Space Invaders because I never remembered all of the all of the things that you had to do. So I made a pair of trousers the one day, and yeah, one leg was the right way up and one leg was upside down. You like the little the amazing bit, Eileen? Is that the cats or the bag? The bag's quite cute. I found another bag that I want to do with you, but it's a long one. It's a long thing, so we might do it over 2. You know how that goes, don't you? So that's 2 sides I've done. Now you could do this all in one sew. Really, it would work. You just have to make sure that everything is lined up. I'm worried about catching the other side in, so we're doing it separately. 13 Fahrenheit is -10. I can't believe -10. You must be freezing over there. I watched a reel on something yesterday, and there was a Canadian who was saying that there was a Canadian saying that he had he was over here and it was cold. He said, we think we're cold over there, we have lower temperatures. He said, but it's colder here. It's not quite, you know, it might not look colder on the thermometer, but it is. He was cold and he was used to freezing weather. I think it's a different, you know, like we say, oh, it's a different type of heat when you go to Spain. I think it's a different type of cold. We're just not set up for it, are we? Right, let's prod our corners out. So I want my outside the right way round, and my lining is going to be the wrong way round. You keep it inside out. Now with the lining, leave a gap in one of the sides. You could leave a gap. If you don't leave a gap, you could leave it in the top here. So we're going to have a cat. So there's my thing. I've got a cat lopsided there, and I've got a cat upside down there. I told you I'd done it upside down. And I've cut the mouth a bit bigger. This one is slanted. it stays slanted. I'm just going to have a shorter pouch, that's all. Right, okay, so I would carry on and probably just cut the 2 inches off the top then, because it doesn't really make that much of a difference, does it? Now if we were going to put these bits on, these anchors, because we've got some very lovely, look at these, we've got some lovely bag handles in the shop. They're for $4.95, $4.45, something like that. So we've got the 3 types in, and I was going to do it so that I had it on the bag, but I think these are so pretty and so brilliant, I think it would be a waste on my little bag, which should be a pouch. And you could sew the anchors, sew this into the anchors, or attach keyring ones, aren't they? They're keyring ones. Right, so I have done a lining. I put it all together because I tend to ramble, and I've left a gap in the side. So we're going to pop this inside, so you've got right sides together. Now you want to marry up your seams. Okay, now I've sewn my lining with a larger, I can't open that with one hand, with a larger seam allowance, to which makes it hopefully a little bit tighter inside the pouch. Okay, if you make it that bit smaller, it sort of sits smoother inside. Okay, we've put a tag in there like that. Now I put another one in here so that it's holding it. You can put it, we also have in the shop, we have bigger thingy clips. We've got mediums and large. Right, we're going to go back over, and I'm just going to sew all the way around the top. Okay, let's take this off. It has, yes, to do with moisture and stuff in the air. I don't know which one makes it colder. Right, I like to start on a seam like that, and we are going to put the lock stitch there, and then we're going to follow it all the way around, taking our clips out as we go. So what have you been doing? What are you going to do this weekend if the weather is awful? Are you going to batten down the hatches and stay at home? Have you got plans to go out? Make sure that it's all lined up as I go round. I've got a feeling the lining is, there you go, nearly there. You would of course do this slower and more mindfully at home. There we go. So now the moment of truth. I don't want to put that on yet. Where are we? 3. Okay, so we have this now. This would make actually quite a good pattern for oven gloves. Really. So maybe we'll look at that one time. Right, so I'm going to try and birth the bag out of here. You're in Glasgow this year for a ukulele workshop. Oh, amazing. We should, everybody else is staying at home. Stay at home and quilt. So hibernating, I'd like to hibernate. I'm in work on Saturday morning. So if you're local, come see me. I'm there on Saturday morning, and I've got the girls. I haven't seen the girls for weeks, so they're going to come for tea and bring their mum and dad. And then Sunday we talked about going to the tip. Right, before we do that, we're just going to push out all our corners like this. Got to find all the corners because of course they're hexagons, so there's always seems to be a corner that you miss. And unfortunately there's black in the thing, but I'm going to, it's a pouch, it's not, I'm not selling it or anything like that, so all I would do is top stitch that in place because it's quicker than waiting for me to sew it up. If it waited for me to sew it up, it would be in next year's quilt, you know, sew along. Okay, so we're just going to put that and put a top stitch. Now normally, oh, I managed to cut that. Normally I would do this in the right colour. So I'm doing it fairly close to the edge, just to close it up. There we go. And like I say, I wouldn't normally do it in that colour. I would try and find one that disappeared. So we're going to push this through. So of course your anchors, if you were going to put your anchors on, you would have put them on the side facing downwards, so that when you sew this bit and you're going through, they actually stick up. Okay, so I'm just going around the edges like this, and putting it, rolling it, and roll and press so that it gives you a crisp edge like that, all the way around. So I haven't, we haven't actually got plans. I've got sewing to do. I'm going on retreat next week. I'm going to a retreat in Monmouth with a group of our ladies who come in the shop and make me laugh. So they were going on retreat and said, do you want to come? And so I've taken them up on that opportunity. Right, we're going to top stitch around that. 4. I'm going to up my stitch, if I can remember how to do it. Nope, I don't think it's that one. Maybe I'm not going to up my stitch. found it. I'm going to take it up to a 3 let's go to 3, like that. I think I might have done it. And we're going to top stitch, so you've got to fit it in there and take it slowly. Now some places, some machines are going to need a walking foot, but this Banina is so good. I mean, to be fair, my brother at home is good, but with this one it seems to glide through things that other machines find difficult, like lots of layers. Let's push that in the corner. Make sure it's all through. So yeah, I'll be sorting out my projects. I have sent for a pattern for the Camden bag. So some of you are coming to the Jelly Roll Rug class, and I think it's done on the same. Oh no! Let's just cut that. It's the one thing that I would change on this. I wouldn't have the cut on there. No, look at that. Never mind, you don't need to see that, do you? Okay, so there is my pouch. So I think it's quite a nice sized opening. I mean, you could mess around with the sizes of the openings. That I did on my 5-inch and made a little one. You could keep your earrings on your bedside table in that one. I think it makes a better pouchy thing than a bag. I have to be honest, that's my personal feelings. It looks lovely on the on Pinterest, but it just, I just don't think I wouldn't want to put my purse in there. So you can mess around with different sizes and then put maybe a zip in. So there. So I quite like them. I like the shape on them. I like what you could do with them. But I'm not sure that I would use it as a bag as such. So so there you go. Your purse wouldn't fit. You've got a big purse, have you? Mine would fit, but I'd be a bit worried because it even with cam snaps, it's not going to be secure. I'd be worried about putting anything in it. But it might be, it might have legs, you know. It might be worth having a look at doing it, because we sell these, and it's all very well just doing a hexie quilt, but once you've done a hexie quilt you might not want to use it, so we try and come up with things for you to use it for. So there you go, ideal size for little ones. Yes, we can get one of mine in there though. So there we go. Let me just yeah, Monmouth. The retreat is at a place called Rockfield, okay, in Monmouth. It's run by Joe Rio and Black Mountain Fabrics. I'm geeking out because it's the place where Led Zeppelin and Queen and Oasis and that type of band, AC/DC, Black Sabbath, they all went there to record, and that's what I'm geeking out. I'm glad I'm going with these people, these girls, because they make me laugh, and I genuinely love them, and I'm happy to go and spend time with them. But quite honestly, I'm going because it's Rockfield, and I can't wait. And she's got alpacas. I might be able to walk with alpacas, and that's really, yeah. So I will at least be able to stroke an alpaca. So it'd be nice if I can walk with them as well. Anyway, so top stitching the edge. Yes, I was, Claire. I top stitched it down. I haven't done a very tidy job of it. But yeah, I managed to cut it halfway round, which is no good at all. A little doll shoe. Oh, yes. Yes. See, my brain's going now. Yes, it does. Right, okay. I am off. So I'm not here next week. You'll get Sarah 3 goes next week. So I'm sure she'll come up with something exciting to do. I will see you the week after. All right. Ta-ra.